Alrighty guys, you know what, let's just get right into it. Here it is guys, my spoiler review on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Now yes, if you have not seen the movie yet, I recommend clicking off the video because, well, it contains heavy spoilers. It is a spoiler review after all, so I recommend you click off the video and, you know, go watch the movie. And yes, to all my fellow FNAF fans, I really recommend you go watch this movie. I promise you, you will not regret it. You're gonna have one of the best times of your life. I promise you that. But, if you have seen the movie though, or don't care about spoilers, then here's my review. Oh yeah, another thing too, if you have seen the movie, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on what you thought of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Whether did you like it, did you hate it? Like, I'm curious. Let me know your guys' thoughts. But anyways, with that being said,
was that the bite of 87?
in case you guys haven't seen my non-spoiler review, oof, man, did this movie blow me away. There's so many things to talk about, honestly, with this movie. Okay, another warning, this video might be a little long, so I'm sorry. There's just so many things I want to get off to my... I can't even speak either. Like, I can't even speak proper English today. But there are just a lot of things for me to get off my chest. There we go, I said it correctly. But yeah, there are just a lot of things for me to get off my chest about this movie. And I don't even know where to begin. Like, I don't know. Okay, the things I'm going to be talking about in this video are, you know, the stuff that I liked about the movie, obviously. But I'm also going to go over, you know, the stuff I thought were, you know, the stuff I'm mixed about. And also just the experience, also. Just the experience I had with this movie that just made it so much better. And just, you know, the journey leading up to this movie. Like, man. Okay, for starters, like, yes, I absolutely love this movie. Speaking as a really big FNAF fan, because to sum it up pretty simply, you guys should know that I am a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan. Like, literally, this YouTube channel is dedicated to Five Nights at Freddy's. You guys know that it's my favorite video game franchise of all time. And it's one of my favorite franchises of all time in general. Like, it's just, yeah, like, I absolutely love it. And Five Nights at Freddy's means a lot to me. Like, I loved it for years. And, well, yeah, it's just one of those franchises that, you know, that keeps me going. And, well, it makes me happy. Like, I love it. I really love it. And just after watching this movie it just made me so happy. Like, as soon as that movie ended, like, I was just, okay, I had three feelings, like, I had three emotions after, like, watching the movie, like, as soon as I stepped out of the theater. One was emotional, 2 was joy, and 3 was, what was it again? What's the word again? I'm sorry, guys. So emotional, joy, and speechless. I was just absolutely speechless, emotional, and just filled with joy after watching it. And there's just so... Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and dive into the, you know, all the things in the movie. Like, dive into spoilers. The animatronics, just the movie. Like, it's a Five Nights at Freddy's movie that we thought would never happen. Like, okay, I'm just gonna get into the movie right away. But the first thing I want to talk about the movie that I absolutely loved was the animatronics, because man, did the animatronics look absolutely incredible in this movie. Like Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, and the cupcake also, I'm including the cupcake, they're literally copy and pasted from the games into real life, with a couple changes, but honestly, that's okay with me. Honestly, I never really mind the changes, but they are literally just so accurate, and just, they look so cool on screen. Like, honestly, just the feeling I had when seeing those characters, like, on the big screen, like, just seeing, like, these are characters I never thought that I would see on the big screen. Like, and, you know, to think that the FNAF movie was just a fever dream that we were all dreaming of that one day would happen, but just seeing these characters, like, on the big screen, just, I don't know, it it just had this feeling that was like something else. Like, it was just me, like, watching the movie, like, I was literally saying to myself, I can't believe that I am looking at these characters in a movie theater on the big screen. Like, it's just so surreal, honestly. Like, man. Especially all the scenes with the animatronics. Okay, first I'm gonna go over the things that I liked about the movie. Then I'll get over to the things I mixed about, and then, you know, just the experience in general. So, okay, I'm gonna talk about the animatronics first, and yeah, any of the scenes to do with the animatronics, I absolutely loved. Starting with the beginning, I just want to bring up the beginning, which, yes, this might be a biased opinion of mine, since, you know, Foxy is my favorite Okay, I'm just gonna talk about the Foxy scenes, because, you know, Foxy is my favorite animatronic. I mean, that's obvious. The channel is literally based around Foxy. Like, Foxy is literally the center of my channel, but any scene to do with Foxy in the movie, I absolutely loved. Like, especially at the beginning with, like, the first security guard, which, by the way, guys, yes, I am aware that security guard was meant to be Markiplier, and man, I am just heartbroken that he was not able to make it. I understand why, you know, he was filming his movie at the same time, but that role would have been so perfect for him, and it just breaks my heart that he was not able to be a part of this movie. But hey, guys, hopefully for the second movie he'll be able to be a part of it. But yes, that beginning scene I absolutely love. Like, the movie was already off to a great start, and yes, like, just the security guard, like, you know, him trying to escape the office, and, you know, he obviously ran out of power, and then, oh yeah, and just seeing that, just seeing the shadow of Foxy, like, just show, like, random thing, I actually did bring my Foxy plush into the theater, and as soon as I saw that shadow, man, I was getting excited. I held up the plushie, and I was like, yes, it's Foxy, my favorite character. Like, yes, I know that's a biased opinion, but that's just me. I love Foxy. He's my favorite character, and just seeing him was just so cool. And oh yeah, and especially hearing this noise. My god, like, hearing that noise was just so cool. Honestly, the way it sounds in the movie, honestly, I like it better here than the actual game. To me, in the movie, it sounds a bit more creepy, and like, it's like, in the movie, it sounds like one of those sounds that where, like, if you're in the dark by yourself, or you're, like, you know, you're just somewhere by yourself, and you hear that sound, you're so dead. Like, your life would just drain out of your body if you hear that sound. Like, yeah, it was just so cool. Like, just anything to do with Foxy in the movie to me was just awesome. Like, especially, you know, the whole break-in scene, and, you know, just hearing his little humming, and, like, just, you know, just being fun. Man, like, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I know I'm just, yeah. And also that shot of Foxy just, like, with, you know, the kid that's possessing him, like, in Pirate Cove, and then you just see him stepping out of Pirate Cove, and just, yeah, that was just so cool. Yeah, I know it's a biased opinion, but yeah, Foxy to me carried part of the movie, honestly. Like, in my opinion, at least. Like, I know, very biased, I said that a lot, but it's because Foxy's my favorite character, and I just love seeing Foxy. Okay, but enough talking about Foxy. I should be also talking about the other animatronics. Okay, for starters, I want to talk about the cupcake, because, man, that cupcake was a menace. Like, I know the creator said that Bonnie was the most savage out of the animatronics. No, it was the damn cupcake that was the most savage out of all of them. That cupcake was literally just it was a menace, that cupcake. The cupcake was pretty much doing a lot of the work. Like, wow. And to think in the games that the cupcake is not even an animatronic. The cupcake is just a prop to Chica. But here, the cupcake is actually doing stuff. And I really liked all the scenes of the cupcake. It was just so cool, honestly. Yeah, oh, and also I want to bring up Balloon Boy, freaking Balloon Boy. My god, every scene with Balloon Boy was the scariest animatronic, and okay, we can all agree with that. Balloon Boy was the scariest in this movie. My god, that stupid little thing, my least favorite animatronic. Yes, he is my least favorite animatronic in the entire series. And my god, did that stupid little thing scare me so much. Like, ugh, I hate that guy, man. I'm just kidding, but yes, Balloon Boy, that was a funny little gag, honestly. Just, I bet it was definitely Scott's idea. Like, hey, I know how much the fans hate Balloon Boy. Why don't we do this, to make them mad? And yeah, I'll admit, it was pretty funny, but I did jump every time he showed up. So yeah, it was a funny little gag. Okay, anyways, yes, the animatronics I thought were amazing. Okay, I also want to bring up a scene that I know a lot of people are, not a lot of people are gonna love. And yeah, I'm just gonna bring it up. The scenes where, the animatronics are being friendly, being friendly to Abby and, not being scary. I know a lot of people are not gonna like that scene, and I know a lot of people actually already don't like that scene because, it's a complete change in tone, and, it felt so random and out of nowhere, and but me as a fan, I actually really like those scenes. I actually really like the scenes where they were being friendly, because it goes to show you that these animatronics aren't necessarily killing machines. They're not evil. They're when you think about it, they're still technically children, they are children that got killed and are now possessing these animatronics, and well, they've been through a lot, and well, they're children at the end of the day, so, you'd expect them to still at least act like children. So I actually thought it was really wholesome seeing the animatronics being friendly, with, the whole, I remember at first the scene, okay, I'm gonna bring it up, the pillow fort scene, when they're building the pillow fort. Okay, at first that caught me off guard a bit. I was like, what is going on? But as I thought about it, I was like, you know what, that's actually really cute, because, the animatronics are still technically children, so they honestly deserve to still act like children. Come on, they've been through a lot of suffering and, being trapped inside those animatronics, so they deserve some time to act like kids, and I thought that was really cute, all the scenes with, with them being friendly to Abby and, building a pillow fort. And yes, that scene where Bonnie fell, I actually laughed pretty hard at that scene. That was pretty funny, and it was so cute. Abby was like, "Are you okay?" And then Bonnie just gives the thumbs up. That was really funny and cute. And that scene with all of them, with Mike, Vanessa, Abby, and all four of the animatronics just laying down, staring at the ceiling. I thought that was really cute and sweet. I get it. Everyone wanted to see these animatronics be scary. Yes, I know. These animatronics are meant to be scary, right? They're meant to be evil, killing machines. You want them to be scary characters, right? But honestly, it was nice seeing them being, cute and cuddly, because, well, I just found it really wholesome, because, they're kids. There's, like I said, I know I'm repeating words, and I warned you guys about this. I'm sorry. This is just a thing that I do, but it's the fact that they're technically still children. They're possessing these animatronics, so come on. They deserve to act like kids again. It was nice, honestly. But, eventually as you watch the movie, you now understand exactly why they were being so friendly to Abby, and that's because, well, they want to make her one of them, They want to stuff her into a suit, which, by the way, I love that little Easter egg of, the Ella doll. They were going to stuff her into that little Ella Springlock suit, whatever, and I thought that was a really cool Easter egg to, the books. And also Sparky the dog, dude, a character that was just, an urban legend, a fan little theory, ooh, Sparky the dog is a secret character in the first game. I found that so cool that they actually included him, as a little, as a little Easter egg. That was so cool, Sparky the dog, wow. Okay, I guess that confirms he's officially canon. I'm kidding. Nah, I just thought it was really cool seeing Sparky, get some love and stuff, and, the fact that Scott, put him in the movie, I thought was really cool. And, let's see, what else is there about the movie? So yeah, I went over the animatronics. Okay, I guess now I can talk about the characters, the main, the human characters. Okay, I want to talk about Mike. Mike, I thought they handled Mike pretty well. I think Josh Hutcherson, the actor playing Mike, did a very good job playing it. I can tell he was really determined in this role, and he actually played the character really well. And oh yeah, by the way, guys, I'm sorry if there's an echo the way I'm talking. I'm just sitting with the phone my phone recording me. I'm sorry if there's like it sounds echoey or whatever. I apologize, but I hope you guys can, you know, still hear me and stuff. And I'm also sorry for if there's any background noise. You know, I am living in a house after all. But anyways, what was I saying? Mike. I was talking about Mike. Yes. Yes. I thought Josh. Yes, and I'm sorry that I messed up my words. Yeah. You guys already know. But yeah, I thought Josh Hutcherson did a really good job in the role. Like I could tell he was very determined and like he was serious about it. And yeah, I thought he portrayed it really well. Let's see, who else? Abby, I thought was a good character. Who else? Oh yeah, Vanessa. Yeah, I want to talk about Vanessa, which, yes, like, the whole thing with Vanessa was really interesting to me. And yes, I know that a lot of people are going to be really upset when, they find out about Vanessa in the movie. And I'm going to say talking about, the best human character for last, because you guys already know who I'm going to talk about last. Actually, yeah. But, yeah, Vanessa, I know, a lot of people are going to be mixed on this, because, well, okay, Vanessa was a good character. I thought she was, a good character in the movie, a good part, like, good addition. But, yes, it is revealed eventually in the movie. Oh, yeah, and I also want to talk about this, sorry, I paused for a sec, but I also do want to talk about. Okay, I didn't bring this stuff up, but my theater was very interactive. My theater would cheer, clap at all the stuff. I'm gonna talk about that later. I'm just gonna go over my thoughts, but that scene with when Vanessa's explaining like the whole just all the scenes where Vanessa's explaining like the whole story behind Freddy's, like the place shut down because kids went missing back in the 80s and stuff, and they never found them. It's like you first watch the trailers and you think, how does Vanessa know all that? Like, something's up with her. And yes, it is revealed in the movie that William Afton is indeed her father, which I know is not lore accurate, but it is, I guess, I don't know, it's confusing, but me personally, I didn't really mind it. I was shocked at first when I, like, heard it, when, in the movie, when she was like, his name is William Afton, he's my father. I was like, what? Really? Okay. But I was not really bothered by it. I just thought it was, interesting that they made that change. And just remember, guys, this movie was Scott Cawthon approved. Scott approved of this. So don't get mad if, there's changes. Just remember, Scott approved of this. So just remember that. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting that, they made Vanessa the daughter of William, which, interesting change. Okay. like I said, I'm gonna save to talk about William Afton, for last. Okay, I want to bring this up. The Matt Pat cameo, dude, he lied to us. The dude lied to us. He lied to us saying that he was not a part of the movie, but there he was. There he was in the movie, and man, my theater, when he showed up, my theater, including me, were clapping, cheering, like, oh my god, it's Matt Pat, he's actually here in the movie, and, and yes, he said his line, it's just a theory. I thought that was cool, and, everyone in my theater was like, come on, say the line, and then he said it, everyone started cheering. It was so cool, honestly. Like, just seeing Matt Pat, I'm happy for him, honestly, that he was able to get a part in this movie, and he got me, he tricked us, saying he wasn't a part of it, and yeah, it was so cool seeing Matt Pat in the movie, and like, oh yeah, and just so you guys know, the name of that, place he worked at was called Sparky's, and yes, you guys obviously know the reference, and yes, I am aware his name tag said Ness, I know the reference, I know, but, yeah, it was just so cool seeing Matt Pat, and of course, Corey X. Kenshin, can't forget him. Yeah, seeing him in the movie was also really cool. Oh yeah, and I want to talk about Golden Freddy too. Golden Freddy really only appeared for like a couple of seconds actually in the movie. Like, okay, the part when Golden Freddy showed up, right? And like, he's at the house and, he kills Aunt Jane, which I don't know if Mike and Abby, I don't know what they said about that, but I guess, they said nothing about it. I don't know. The kid said, oh yeah, she just fell asleep. But, yeah, I thought Golden Freddy had an interesting role. But honestly, I was expecting a bit more from Golden Freddy. Like, I was expecting Golden Freddy to have a larger role, but oh well. I thought it was just cool seeing Golden Freddy. I remember, like, as soon as, like, that shot of, like, you know, Aunt Jane, like, you know, in the living room, right, telling Abby, like, hey, you know, if you wanna, you can't stay in there forever, and then you just see Golden Freddy standing there, like, that was so cool. My audience was like, what is going on? Like, that was so cool. And, yeah, Corey X Kenshin cameo was really cool. Oh, yeah, and the freaking post-credit scene with Corey getting jump scared by Balloon Boy, that got me again, but that was pretty funny. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna question again. How the hell did Golden Freddy fit in the car? I don't know. It's just a funny little question I have. I'm not complaining. It's just a funny little question I have. It's okay. But okay, let's see what else is there. Yeah, Markiplier was supposed to be in the movie, but sadly he wasn't able to be a part of it. Oh yeah, and the Employee of the Month pictures with, you know, Doggo, Raz, you know, Fusion Gamer. I think he was there, right? Was Fusion on there? I think he was. I can't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it was cool seeing them. I remember, like, every time that Employee of the Month thing would be on screen, I would, you know, look at the pictures like, oh my god, look, it's Doggo, it's Raz, it's, you know, the YouTubers. I thought that was really cool. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I want to talk about William Afton, because Matthew Lillard, you know, the man who played Stu from the first Scream movie, the man who plays Shaggy, I thought he nailed it. He nailed it as William Afton. He really was the man behind the slaughter. Like, okay, I just want to talk about, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to talk about this scene. Like, just that scene at the end, once he shows up in the Spring Bonnie. Okay, I want to talk about, you know, the scene where Vanessa's talking about him, right? You know, like, when she said this line, his name is William Afton, my theater was clapping and cheering like she said the name, and I was so happy too, because, like, that is a name that I never thought I would hear in a movie. William Afton. You hear that name in a movie, you're just gonna, it just sounds so amazing hearing that name, William Afton, like, in a movie, in the Finance Phrase movie, like, yeah, my theater was going crazy, was going nuts when she said that, and, like, yeah, it was just so cool hearing his name, and, like, and yeah, once he showed up too in the Spring Bonnie suit, more clapping, more cheering, that was just so cool the way he entered, and, like, and just, you know, the way he was in that scene, like, I love the voice he had when, you know, like, he was talking to Mike, like, you couldn't just leave it alone, huh? First I killed your brother, and now I kill you! Like, I just thought it was so cool. Yeah, I thought he was just perfect for William Afton. Like, he really was William Afton. And, yeah, it was just so cool, like, seeing him in action. I even liked it when he took off the mask, and, you know, it's just, you know, his face in the suit. Like, I thought that was really cool, and, like, man, it shocked me. It did shock me when he stabbed Vanessa. Like, dude, that's your daughter, but you are a serial killer, so yeah, but still, it shocked me when he stabbed, you know, Vanessa. Like, that was shocking. And yeah, like, he was really, but, yeah. And, yes, guys, I am gonna be talking about the spring lock scene, because, man, I can't believe that was in the movie. Like, I can't believe we saw that happen. Like, I honestly don't care if it was, you know, not what we were all expecting. Like, I don't care if it was not bloody, or if it was not, you know, not how we all wanted. It's PG-13 after all, so, you know, it made sense. But honestly, I was just so happy to see it happen. Like, okay, I just want to go over, like, you know, when, okay, I just want to get this off my chest. It's just so much to talk about. But the scene where, Mike, you know, wakes up, right, and he's like, yeah, he hurt your friends. Go show them what really happened. And then Abby does the little drawing and, you know, puts it on the wall. And it's the drawing of William Afton in the, you know, they call it the Yellow Rabbit suit, actually. They never really call Spring Bonnie. They just call it the Yellow Rabbit suit, which, you know, was interesting. But, you know, it shows a drawing of him, you know, murdering the kids, and, you know, the animatronics start, you know, gathering. Oh, dude, with you know, all the 4 animatronics gathering around him, and William Afton saying to them, like, you guys are like, look how small you guys are. I made you guys. You guys are just nothing but monsters. I made you. And, like, you know, and then the cupcake jumping on him and chomping him. Like, again, the cupcake was a menace in this movie, and yeah, it was just so cool seeing the cupcake do a lot in this movie. And then as soon as, you know, the spring lock starts, hitting him in the rib cage. Me and my audience clapping, cheering like, oh my god, it's actually happening. This man is about to get spring locked, and oh my god. And then, yes, like, as it was happening, I was just like, I was honestly getting a little emotional watching it. Like, I just couldn't believe that it was happening. Like a scene I would never thought I'd see in the big screen. And also a scene that we never really saw. Like we saw it in the mini games, you know. We saw it in, you know, FNAF 3 as a mini game, right? But we never saw it as, like, you know, a live action or whatever scene. And we actually see it, and, you know, in the movie, and, like, it was so cool. Oh, and yes, like, yes, he said his line, I always come back. I know the way he said it. I know he said it a little too fast. I know the context was a little, you know, the context didn't really make sense, but I was just happy he said it. It's this iconic line. I always come back. And then he puts on the helmet, and then he is getting spring locked. Like, man, like, it was just so cool seeing that happen. And even better when Foxy, like, grabs him, and then, like, all of them, like, they just start dragging him away as he's twitching, you know, in the spring lock. Like, just that shot of, like, all 4 animatronics dragging Spring Bonnie, William Afton in that suit, away as he's twitching and dying from the spring locks. Like, so reminiscent of the books, especially. And that was probably my favorite shot of the whole movie. Like, just seeing Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy dragging William Afton in the Spring Bonnie suit away as he's dying from the spring locks. And the pizzeria is collapsing as well. Like, that was just so beautiful the way they did that. Like, I remember as I was playing out, I was like, yeah, I was getting really emotional. Like, while I was playing, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm watching this. Like, this is amazing. And yeah, it was just so cool the way they, you know, the way it was shot and everything. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention, Doug the lawyer, best character in the entire movie. My boy just did not want anything to do with this whole drama. Like, bro just wanted to go home, but best character in the whole movie. Scott, if you're writing the sequel, please bring him back. Okay, I do want to go over a bit of, you know, what I was... Okay, I want to say this. I know I said I had issues with the movie. I don't have major problems with the movie. Like, they're more of just, like, tiny little nitpicks, or, like, you know, just things that I wish could have been a bit better, or, like, just things I wish happened, but it doesn't honestly, those things can you just ignore, because the movie is already amazing, as, you know, the way it is. But yeah, like, these are not really, like, I don't have big problems with the movie. It was like, oh, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, like, there were just things I wish, you know, could have been handled better. Starting off with, okay, I know I've said before that I did like the scenes with, you know, the animatronics being friendly and stuff, and, you know, like, you know, being cute, cuddly, but I do wish we kind of saw a bit more of, you know, them being a threat, like, them being scary, because, okay, I will say this, Foxy and the Cupcake, I thought were already fine. Like, I loved every scene with them, and I think they were handled perfectly. Like, you know, them being cute, well, Foxy being cute at first, and then, you know, Foxy is then, like, scary, okay, because Foxy had a couple, like, Foxy, to me, was on, like, a killing streak. Like, you know, like, the scene with, you know, the whole break-in scene, like, you know, he's, trying to open the door and stuff, and then Foxy is just there. Oh, that shot, by the way, mwah, amazing. Like, yeah, I know, again, me as a huge, you know, Foxy being my favorite character, I know, it sounds like, oh my god, Foxy fanboy, he's just fanboying about it because Foxy's his favorite. Like, of course, yeah, Foxy's my favorite, of course I'm gonna love it. But yeah, just that shot of Foxy standing in the hallway, and, like, yeah, and then, boom, it cuts to, like, him running to, and, like, killing him, which, by the way, I heard they played the jump scare sound from the first game when he was doing that, and I thought that was really cool. And, you know, also the scene where, like, Mike is trying to escape after he escaped the torture Freddy device, whatever you call it, and then you hear his little humming noise, and, like, and then Foxy's just right there standing there, and then yeah, to me, anything to do with Foxy in the movie was awesome, especially, you know, like I said, that shot of him, like, stepping out of Pirate's Cove, I thought was just really cool. And, you know, and that whole scene with him, like, with Abby trying to, like, hide from him, like, that was just so cool. Like, just seeing Foxy. Like, anything to do with, I'm gonna say it again, I know I'm repeating words. Anything to do with Foxy in the movie was awesome. But when it comes to the other animatronics, like, you know, Freddy, Bonnie, Jake. Okay, I don't have to talk about the cupcake, because I think everyone can agree that the cupcake was the real menace of this movie. The cupcake was the villain. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I know. But I want to talk about, you know, Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica, because I felt they could have had at least more scenes with them being scary, like, you know, okay, because I'm gonna say this again, that whole break-in scene with, you know, them breaking all those people breaking into, you know, because Aunt Jane was like, ooh, we should, you guys should break in so you can get Mike fired, and it'll make him look bad, and, you know, I'll get Abby and stuff, and, you know, just that scene, that was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie, because it felt, you know, it just showed you know, it showed the animatronics being, you know, scary, and, you know, threatening and stuff, and, you know, killing people and stuff. And I just wish we kind of gotten a bit more of that with the other animatronics. Like, I've noticed Chica actually technically didn't really get a kill in this movie. Chica didn't really get a kill. It was the cupcake who got a kill, but Chica didn't really, like, kill anybody in this movie. Like, it was the cupcake doing the work for her, which kind of sucked. I kind of wish Chica at least got one kill, because, well, Bonnie got one kill also, and, yeah, I thought it was cool, you know, Bonnie, you know, doing all that, and, like, but I just wish we saw more of it. Like, I'm not saying I didn't like it. I love that whole scene. Like, it was very FNAF. Like, it was such a good scene for the movie. Like, I loved it. But I just, you know, it just bums me that we, you know, we didn't see more of it. I kind of just wish, you know, there was a bit more. And, but it was cool, honestly, like, you know, how it was playing out. Like, I like that shot of, like, you know, of Bonnie and Chica staring at the camera, right? And then, like, Chica's, like, putting the cupcake through the vent, and then, boom, the cupcake's gone, and then they look back at the camera, and then the cupcake's, like, you know, chewing on the vent. Like, I thought that was so cool. And, you know, oh, and I also want to bring this up, too. That scene with Freddy, right? With Max, the babysitter, right? She's getting closer to the mouth, and then the hand pops out, and then chomp! Bites her in half. And I know you guys probably expect this, but my theater literally all shouted, "Was that the bite of 87?" It was so funny. That was so. I thought that was a really cool scene. And honestly, like, although we didn't see, you know, too much of the animatronics being scary, I am happy with what we got, because, you know, the animatronics were already, like, I really like the animatronics in this movie. So yeah, okay. But another thing that I, you know, really wish happened was more of William Afton also. Like, okay, now don't get me wrong, I really love William in this movie. Like, Matthew Lillard did a great job. Like I said, he was perfect for William. Like, I thought he nailed it. But it honestly, it kind of sucks that there was only very few scenes with him, because if you think about it, he was only in it from, like, you know, the beginning and the end. Like, he was at the beginning giving Mike the job, and then he came at the end in the spring Bonnie suit. Like, if only we saw, like, a bit more of him, you know, in action and stuff. Like, you know, it sucks that we got very little time with him, but honestly, the thing is that it's okay, because I am happy with, you know, the scenes we got with William, because those scenes were really good. Like, I really love all the scenes to do with William, especially in that spring Bonnie suit. Like, yeah, like, that's the thing. And also, another thing too is that Matthew did say that he signed on for a 3-movie deal. So, meaning, like, he probably is gonna appear again in, you know, FNAF 2 and FNAF 3. So, I'm pretty sure that basically confirms that in the sequel, he's gonna be featured a lot more, which I really hope, because, like I said, William was awesome in this movie. But it's okay, though. Like, although we didn't get to see, you know, too much of him, I am glad with, you know, that we were at least able to see him, and at least, you know, the scenes with him were really awesome. But honestly, those are not even big issues I have with the movie. Those are just tiny little nitpicks that I, you know, just wish happened. But honestly, those I can just ignore, because, well, I was just so happy that the movie was finally, like, I was just so happy that I was finally watching the FNAF movie, which 8 years in the making, like, and, you know, the fact that I will bring this up too. Like, yes, I am aware of the reviews that this movie has been getting, especially with the critics. I know critics are trashing this movie, and, but I feel like, you know, it's, yeah, I understand this movie's not going to be for everybody, and I get that, and I completely understand if, you know, you don't like this movie, or if, you know, it's not for you. I understand it. It really is only if, you know, you're not a fan of the game. Like, if you're not a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, then if you watch this movie, you're just going to be left so confused with, you know, everything that's happening, because, you know, it's very lore heavy. So, like, if you're not a fan, you're just gonna be left being all like, what is going on? But, you know, if you are a fan like me, you're gonna understand everything, and, you know, you're just gonna absolutely adore this movie. Like, it's one of those movies that, you know, the fans will love, but the non-fans won't. Like, it's one of those movies. Alright guys, now I want to begin talking about my whole experience with the movie. Like, my experience watching this movie in the movie theater with my friends and stuff, and like just the theater experience in general, because honestly, it made it so much better. Like, it's an experience I'm never gonna forget, because, like, you know, okay, I will say this, like, the moment I sat down, right, and the moment the movie started, you know, it was beginning, right, I was just like, oh my god, it's actually starting. Like, I'm actually about to watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. A movie that I never thought I would actually see be made. And, like, and then, you know, as it begins with that night guard and, you know, the whole, like, him getting captured by Foxy and then getting killed by the whole torture Freddy device, I was like, oh my god, already off to a great start. And then as soon as the credits begin playing and then you see those, you know, the whole, like, the whole mini game credit scene, which was, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, I'm watching the Five Nights at Freddy's movie right now, like, oh my god. Oh yeah, and by the way guys, the music playing during that credit scene, man, that did not have to go so hard. Like, I love that music. But yeah, like, you know, all from, like, you know, the audience, like, clapping and cheering at, like, you know, the audience were cheering when Matt Pat showed up and when he said his line, and when Corey showed up, and, you know, even when the animatronics were showing up, and, you know, they all shouted, was that the bite of 87 when Freddy killed Max, and then, like, you know, they also all cheered when William Afton's name was heard, and then once he showed up, and then once he was, you know, getting spring locked and stuff. Like, man, like, I was just so happy throughout the whole thing. Like, it was just so surreal to me that I was watching a Five Nights at Freddy's movie in the theater, which is a movie that I have been anticipating for years but thought would never happen, and yet here we are. The movie's out, and we the fans loved it. Like me, I especially loved it. Oh, and yes, I have to bring this up, because there's no way I'm ending the video without bringing this up. They played the Living Tombstone song at the end, which, oh my, okay, you know, as soon as, you know, that shot, like the ending shot with, you know, William in the spring bodysuit in the kitchen, like, you know, as he's dying, and the ghost of Golden Freddy was, you know, is staring at him as he's dying, which I thought was a great way to, you know, to end the movie. Like, that was such a cool scene. But, you know, it cuts to black as he closes the door, and then you start to hear this. Like, oh my god, the fact that they actually put this song in the movie, and, like, oh, like, my audience was going nuts, clapping, cheering, singing along with it, like, and me, I was just there, like, as the song was playing, like, oh my god, honestly, I was getting kind of I was getting really emotional, like, just, oh yeah, and you hear the "come find me" thing at the end, which is an obvious hint at the puppet being in the sequel, which I thought was really cool. But okay, I'm sorry guys, this video is getting way too long, so I am gonna have to end it there. Overall, I love this movie. 10 out of 10, A+, a movie for the fans. Like, the experience was amazing. It's an experience I'm never gonna forget, and, like, I was just emotional, filled with joy, and absolutely speechless after watching it. And to all my fellow FNAF fans, I really recommend you watch this movie in the theater, because you're just gonna have one of the best experiences of your life. But anyways guys, yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side, and be on the lookout for the video about, you know, the Plushies watching the movie and giving their reviews too. Anyways guys, thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Goodbye.